Hey, and welcome to a Chicago Beer Pass beer review. And you know what? We're going out of state, West Coast style, but not West Coast IPA, which you would think if you're going West Coast. We're going. I guess it should be really going East Coast because it's a Japanese style rice lager, but it's from Portland.
Yeah, and then if you're going to the land of the rising sun, you leave from the west, right? I feel like you leave from the west coast if you're going to Japan.
I feel like when I went to Japan, we went. It would make sense to go east, but I think we went east, and you fly up towards the Arctic, and you come down. 'Cause you gotta arc over.
This is Sweep the Leg. It's a session lager from
Level.
Oh, okay.
Level. I fucking love this brewery out in Portland. They're like right by the airport, so basically you can like see the planes coming in as you're sitting on their patio.
Nice.
And they make really good beer.
Portland's one of those towns, man, that you really can't. I don't think you can enjoy it all in one visit.
No.
I think you gotta go back a couple times to really get down in Portland. I've only been once, and I've been wanting to go back.
Yeah, so sister-in-law sent a bunch of beers. I have a few from Christmas, and this was one I was hanging on to because I'm like, when am I diving into a tall boy here?
Yeah. Sweep the Leg is kind of funny on some Karate Kid shit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got the Cobra, Cobra Kai. Right
Cobra
there.
Kai.
No mercy.
The silver and black can, reminiscent of like, a few styles from this.
From like Acai, isn't
Yeah,
Acai?
right? I think so, yeah.
Then I felt like we needed to drink out of the Dovetail, like Kolsch glasses.
It's called, what is it, a stange? There's a name for this cup. And when you go to the lager joint, they come out with a handful of these cups.
Yeah. So I felt like it was just appropriate glassware for this style. It might not be correct, but it works.
But lager on lager. That works for me.
Yeah. You can just like slam them, really.
It's so cute, man. Look at that, man.
The beer or the glass?
I mean, both.
The beer looks good. It's very like crystal clear almost, just like a yellow hue. There's like no taste.
It's weird, right? Because it's like you want to kind of describe it, but then with the temp that it is, and then like the fact that it's just low on everything.
Right, because it's cold as shit. Like
Yeah.
it is. Like maybe if it warmed up a little bit, you might get a little flavor, but it just like.
I will say when I'm drinking, what is it? Like maybe a PBR or I don't know, or Budweiser. Those things tend to get in the way on the finish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they leave my mouth a little coated, a little too much, or kind of like not milky.
You think about the flavor that you're not enjoying.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, there's something here I don't like. If it's a milky or like a tinny or like a expired hop kind of taste.
The craft lager movement, when they're done right, which I like this one is, you don't think about it at all. All you think about is like, yo, I'm gonna have another sip.
Yeah, this beer. I feel like it needs to be 90 degrees out, and you're playing spike ball on the beach, and you're just like crushing this beer.
Yeah, and you got no worries.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything. It's good.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
And I think that's its superpower, right? Is that it's neutral in every way.
But I wouldn't, if I was at a brewery, if I see on the board, they're like, oh, rice lager. That's not something I usually want, or I think I'm going to want to try.
Because when you think rice, I don't think you're going for flavor. I think, it's like we talked about Budweiser, Beechwood aging, they put that on the can.
Yeah.
Beechwood aging is actually to like pull out flavor. It's kind of to remove flavor. Are you going, I don't know if you're going for flavor with rice. I think you might be going for the opposite.
Right. And down the show, we talked about that Bud Light, or the Bud Next thing, and it's a rice beer, and you're using rice to lower the ABV and lower the calories in it because wheat and barley, that's like their calorie-heavy grains. So rice is a light grain.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So like I don't.
Now you wouldn't go to the bar and get this beer necessarily, just this style of beer. But what if it came in a cool little fucking stange?
I guess, yeah. Like, look, it says like tropical coconut and hop character. I don't really get that. But
Is that what's going on? The last beer we had said it had like strawberry in it, strawberry flavors.
if they're serving it up in the little glasses, maybe.
That's so fun.
Like that's kind of the thing at Dovetail when you go for the Kolsch night. The Kolsch beer, it doesn't. You're just pounding them. Like there's a little bit of like hot bite to the Dovetail one, or like just a little something there. But you're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, probably some more body, right? Because it's technically an ale, right? It's ale brewed like a lager. I think that's what's going on with the Kolsch. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is kind of a good beer for just like, you know, doing what we're doing with these little cool, like, I don't know, 6-ounce pours. But then also like at the beginning of your night or the end of your night, you know, just to keep the party going, right? And not being overwhelmed.
Right.
It's fun. Yeah. Huh. Sweep the leg.
From Level out in Portland. I think I have a. Do I have a hat? Yeah, I think I have a hat from them. I'll rock it sometimes.
I love how serious Brad takes his inquiry. Because he's big on the beer hats.
And I don't know. I like them a lot. Like there are spots in Portland where when we go back to visit family, I'm like, oh, I got to go there again, even though I've gone there before. And I've only gone to Level once. It's a spot where I'm like, we got to go back there. Like I liked it a lot. The space is nice. I just want to hang out there. Like it. I don't know how to describe this.
Could you bring it to a local comparison? Because it's good that you pointed out. Because you know me as an outsider, I've been to Portland once, and there's a handful of breweries that we all know in Portland.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say Levels on that list, but just because I ain't heard of it, don't mean it ain't good. Just like people who've heard of, you know, Beguile's good, but I don't think people are coming to Chicago for Beguile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what could I compare it to? It's sort of like, it's a space where you're going to walk into the building and order the beer, but then you're going to go out and basically into almost the beer garden to drink, but like it's covered. There's like a greenhouse kind of feel, but then they could open all the doors and you'll be outside. I don't know. What's another spot where the inside is very small, but the outside is like huge? Like you're just sort of like, you can't drink inside of Level. You have to go out into the courtyard, but there is a greenhouse, so it could be closed. But most of the time, if it's nice, they're opening it all up.
Interesting. I'm just thinking of spaces that have a ton of outdoor space.
Yeah.
Like, Half Acre's got a ton of outdoor space.
Oh, you know what they could?
And so does Brewyards. Brewyards has a lot of outdoor space.
What's the people that? Pollyanna, the one right off the train. That location.
Rosalier?
Yeah, I think so. Like the inside is kind of smallish, but they have a huge patio. Like you're gonna go inside and get your beer and come outside.
Okay.
Maybe that, or yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. It's where a lot of those West Coast places do rely on, although Portland gets cold and there's snow, they rely on outdoor things a little more than we do in Chicago. Because it's either cold as shit or it's way too humid that you're like, there's that small window that you want to be outside here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Level. So if you're out in the Portland area, check them out. If you're in Chicago, definitely can't find them, but there's Dovetail, there's Metropolitan, there's plenty of people making great lagers. I don't know if Metro makes a rice lager.
No, it's the first rice lager I've had since I've been to like, you know, like a straight up like Japanese restaurant. Like there was the Japanese Roku Accor. Whenever I'm there, I either get the sake or the other rice lager.
Yeah, it is like it's sort of like Level doing a rice lager, and then like making it like a Japanese feels like cultural appropriation a little bit, but it's like it is weird that there's not like American rice lagers. Like it could just be I guess, well, the macro breweries do it, but at the same time.
Yeah, and then where does rice rank on the grain scale as far as price?
Right.
Well, rye is on the high end. I do know that. Rye, and then wheat.
But we're not growing any rice.
And malted barley. And then where does rice fit?
Right, but we're not growing rice in America, so it might be more expensive to get it here than for them. I don't know. That's like a weird drunken conversation.
Agriculture. we didn't mean to bring that into the talk.
I don't know.
It is a fun beer. I get a nice little lemon hop character second time around, which I like. Yeah, just everything about it is just so subtle and just kind of everything's kind of nuanced and just kind of chill, Like, because it's not like drinking water per se.
No, there's flavor. There's flavor there.
It's just these really tight, subtle, nuanced flavors, which, is kind of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Check them out. Cheers.
Cheers.